Sandra and Susanne and myself, Annika, are here to have a second session on the deepening to go deeper. And Susanne had a topic that you wanted to dive into, and I would love to hear from you. What is it about?
Yeah, there's something when I observed in myself and in others when we go to the core training and first encounter, or in the clinic, encounter feelings practitioner space holding, it seems like magic. Something happens in the space and suddenly healing is space shifts and healing is happening. It's big processes with very tiny interventions. How is this possible? In the beginning, it seems like a black box. How could I ever think of delivering such a magic? And in the deepening training, this magic is deconstructed by the question of the participants and the observations in ourselves and with our clients, and by sharing. We keep our focus on how the space is, how is the space that this kind of transformation, this kind of magic can happen. And there are several parts that kind of contribute to this magic. So in the deepening, the participants, we learn how this magic is created, which parts need to be on board so that this magic of healing can happen.
I love your inquiry. And it's already like the ingredient is already there, because it's like, how can I turn up the joy volume in the space? Like for me, there was one process in particular, and it was like this chaos space almost that we created, and we let our gremlins like really like play around with really pulling the rug under the client, and to shift the space. And for someone like me who has got a really cunning strategies to not go into the body and to not feel, I feel myself being a very challenging client that needs the rug pulled in all sorts of weird ways. And um, so that's one aspect. And the other is to like, how can I get out of my own way? Like, what else can I do to get out of my own way? This is the most simplest summary that I find about that, to create more space. Like how am I filling the space with my stuff as opposed to like, whoa, expansion happening, and keeping on doing that every 3 seconds, letting go, letting rise. Yeah.
Yeah, and as you say, yeah, especially for you, Annika, I remember it was in the beginning. So I take you as an example, but it's for every one of us that our inner speed and is so high, and our inner uh, and the habit of landing distinctions in the space and pushing and making and creating and making it the space about ourselves or about us in service. So, which all fills the space with unnecessary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And to learn about the breathing of the space, or to learn about our own timing, the timing of the client, learn about the impact our voice or our wording has into the space. That's a big challenge and a big learning step. This is one of the pillars in the deepening trainings, is learning about the space. Because we want to become space holders, so it's very important to learn about the space.
About space and the pace. So,
And the pace, yeah.
yes, if we are slowing down then you can really come into connection with yourself and also with the others. Otherwise, you are really too fast and you can't be looking into the eyes of the other ones and look what they are doing and what they are feeling. And and the energetic body has to become slower so that you're not turning around yourself, so that you can be in connection with the other one.
I would also translate this maybe into modern culture a little bit in a way that once I am becoming the agent of my own nervous system, especially the fear, then also the other nervous system can start like landing. It's almost like these mechanisms that everyone is so trained to keep myself out of the space or push myself into the space or put a layer in between you and me, feel shame, hide away, whatever it is, it kind of can crumble. Because if I allow for this, like I don't have this mechanism going on anymore, then the other can kind of, it's mirrored. It is a possibility in the field where someone can go, here, I can breathe and there's space for me, like for what's really going on. And it's so something that needs to be relearned to take up space with what is in your space. And it is so uncommon in modern culture to have that possibility from being born. Yeah.
Yes, I would say it's a relaxation in your nervous system. Yeah.
Yeah, you're already naming the little ingredients that lead in the end to these magic spaces. And that's what we are going to try. That's what we are learning and training in the deepening trainings.
It's also learning to see with different eyes. And it's like not using your eyes to see there in the physical what's presenting itself. So it's also like, can I lean back and start receiving? And that's a lot about repeating the experience. So that's not something that you can just train someone. It's a repetitive trial and error experience also with each other in the training to kind of calibrate yourself. Like, is this coming through? Or is this just what I'm thinking right now that I'm seeing because I know this person and I know what's going on in them versus, okay, like seems like there's something going on with their neck. And sometimes maybe we don't know 100% and it's also trying then and okay, that didn't quite so land or work. And then being willing also to shift in the space without like allowing for it to be a learning space also with the client, that sometimes these things don't just land and it's kind of, here's an offer, let's try this way, then we go here a little and then yeah, here, huh. Yeah.
You are doing
Yeah.
this movement.
It's a dance, right? And it's also a dance to learn how to get in resonance, because every time you have a new person in front of you, and also learning what we've discovered today in another call to go, okay, maybe I'm actually not the right person to be with this person also long term, because somehow what needs to come through or what they require is what Sandra needs to offer, not what Annika needs to offer, and to be bold enough to be clear about that. Or in another instance, to create this magic, so I want to add to that, to have Annika and Sandra in the space so that there's more space holders in the space, which is also alien to we have our counselor, psychotherapist, etc. One person giving us a diagnosis versus there are more than one space holders, and then the download that come through is different and brings the magic into the space because there's a weaving happening amongst the space holders as well.
Oh. And this is a very challenging situation because we are so trained in pushing through ourselves, form ourselves. So, and to dance with the client and the other space holder. So as we are dancing right now, as the three of us in service, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not working. So it's a challenge for me.
Yeah, and the dance is a dance in yourself. It's really a dance in yourself that you feel it in your body and that the cells are beginning to dance and that make the space in you that you're going bigger. And yes, I have got a Clyde clothes which doesn't fit me anymore, but I don't think that have got more weight or something like that. It's really here in my breast that I'm becoming a bit more space there.
You're expanding.
This is quite a legend. That it became more spacious inside of yourself and then your clothes don't fit anymore.
Yeah.
So be aware if you come to the deepening, you heard Sandra, you might need
Might be double the size you are.
next size.
And it is really that, right? It's like filling yourself from the inside. How can I lean more in from the inside? Like it, touching, feeling like sensing these bones. Like where does this bone structure start and end? Where do the nerves sit? Which part of the nerve have I not discovered yet? Where is there more to inhabit and incarnate? Yeah.
It's about tuning the instrument of our body that we have individually and tuning in together as a team in the trainings. And this is a big part of the space holding from my taste. A big part of the magic. That we are playing a tuned instrument. So we are master players of our instrument, and then we can really do all the improvising, the fun, the game part, the fun, the play part that we can play with our body. So
Play the instrument of healing. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this short exploration. I had fun, certainly.
Me too.